It's team time. It's team time. It's team time. Hey, hey, hey. It's team time. It's team time. It's team time. Hey, hey, hey. STEAM Scholars. Last week, we took a look inside the universe and explored outer space. We learned that the universe is everything we can touch, feel, sense, including energy, time, space, planets, millions and billions of stars, and billions of galaxies. The universe is so huge that it even has things we can't see. Scientists measure the universe using light years. Light years is the distance light travels in 1 year. The universe is 93 billion light years. What makes the universe different from outer space is that outer space is everything. All the planets, stars, galaxies, and other objects are found, but it only contains things we can see. Last week, you created your own working telescope, which is an instrument used to view objects in outer space. I hope you explored the world around you with your telescope. Today, we're going to take a closer look into outer space and discover what is in outer space. Get ready for takeoff, my future astronauts and scientists. Before we begin, we will start by going over the design process, followed by saying what STEAM stands for. The design process is something we as engineers and scientists will use every time we create or do an experiment. Feel free to say each step with me. So with any project, we are going to A, ask, what is the problem? Or what am I trying to create or solve? B, brainstorm. How can I solve or make what I'm trying to create? C, collect. You will collect information, data, or use prior knowledge to help you create. D, develop. Start creating your project. E, evaluate. What works? What doesn't work? And what can I do to make it better? And F, fine tune. I will try again until my design is where I want it to be. STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Great job! Now let's explore with today's challenge. Now that we know what outer space and the universe is, let's discuss the planets and stars that are in outer space. Take some time to discuss with your class now the names of the planets, if you think that planet is hot or cold, and what you think the planet looks like. What is the texture? Does it have a color? Do you think people could live there one day? I hope you all had an engaging discussion. Make sure you keep those amazing ideas about the planets for a later project. Astronomy is the study of the universe. Remember, the universe is huge. It contains so much and is so big that our eyes can't see it all. Today, we are going to focus on one thing we can see, and that is the planets. We will also learn who studies the planets and how astronauts get to the planets. Now, we've already discussed the stars, which is a giant ball of hot gas, and the constellations, which is a grouping of stars that form a pattern in the sky. But let's take a deeper look at the planets, which are large natural objects that orbit or travel around stars. All of the planets orbit around the sun because the sun is a star. The planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Mercury. Mercury is hard and rocky. It is the smallest planet. You can see Mercury with your eye around sunrise or sunset. It is the closest planet to the sun and can get up to 840 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit at night. So it is hot and cold. Venus. It is cloudy and the hottest planet. This planet is so hot because its atmosphere, which is an envelope of gases that surround the planet, traps in the sun's heat like a giant blanket. There is no water and you cannot breathe. This planet rotates backwards. Earth. This is the only planet that contains life. It is 7.53 billion people on Earth. Mars. Cold and rocky. It is also known as the red planet. Jupiter. This is the gas giant, and they have hurricane storms. Saturn has 82 moons and rings around the planet. Uranus. Uranus is blue, like a blue-greenish color, and it lays on its side and spins sideways. It's also known as an ice giant. It is the coldest atmosphere. Neptune, a deeper shade of blue than Uranus. It is cold and has fast winds. Since many of the planets are not able to have people live on them, how do you think we get information about the planets? Take some time to discuss with your class about what careers help us learn more about planets in outer space. Great discussion! Now that you have a little background on the planets, it's challenge time. For today's challenge, we are going to create our very own rocket. A rocket is a flying device shaped like a tube used to launch things in the air. Rockets provide astronauts, which is a person trained to take part in spaceflight, help for exploration. Exploration is traveling in or through an unfamiliar area in order to learn about it. So for this project, you will need an empty squeeze bottle, scissors, 2 straws, one bigger than the other one, paint, markers, crayons, stickers, whatever you need to decorate, cardboard, and blue tack. That is optional. Step 1. Take time to think and design your rocket and how you can launch it using your design process notebook. Think about the supplies and how you want to use them. Step 2. You will use the cardboard to design and decorate your rocket. I have already drawn my rocket, so now I'm going to color it. All right, step 3, cut out your rocket. Step 4, get your squeezable bottle, and you're going to take your skinnier straw, you're gonna cut that in half, and then place that on top of your squeeze bottle, as far as it will go. If you need to, this is where you can use the blue tack to fill in any gaps between the straw and the squeezable bottle nozzle. Step 5. You are going to squeeze the bottle to make sure air is only coming out the top of the straw. You don't want it coming out from the sides. Step 6. You are going to seal one end of your wider straw using double-sided tape. So you're going to take some tape, place it over one side of your straw. This straw must fit over the top of your skinnier straw. And we're gonna blow down into the straw to make sure no air can come from the top. So if you feel air, make sure you put some more tape on it. Step 7. You're going to attach your cardboard rocket to one side of the straw with double-sided tape. So I already have my tape going down the bottom. You can even place your rocket on the top if you would like. Step 8, place your rocket onto your bottle launcher and squeeze your bottle really, really hard. We learned so much today, student scholars. We learned that astronauts and astronomers are people who study the universe, and they play such a big role in how we learn about space. And of course, we wouldn't be able to see such things without the technology of rockets and telescopes. Take time to think about your rocket and a real rocket. What is the same? What is different? What would you do if you were able to take a trip to space? How would you get there? What would you see? Write and draw about it in your design process notebook. For more exploration and help with these questions, your teacher will read If I Were an Astronaut. Until next time, my STEAM scholars, be great and keep exploring. Bye-bye.